Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Good channel I'm subscribed to here called John Talks About, and he's got a couple of videos. He done one on ADHD a couple of days ago. It was good as well. Yeah, he's got some interesting topics and some interesting videos. He's a Scotch fella, and I was watching this one here. Why UK town centres are falling apart. He's Scottish, but he lives in England, and he lives down south from me. I think he's in Northampton. He will tell. I'll play a little bit of the video. I won't play it all. Go and subscribe to the fella if you like his crack, because it is a decent crack, and he tackles some interesting conversations with ADHD and stuff, and about moving. I think one was about moving maybe out of Scotland or something, or maybe trying to move abroad. I can't remember now. It was the first video I watched. It was a while ago. Anyhow, it's got quite a few videos. It's got 4,700 subscribers, and this video is about why UK town centres are falling apart. And it's an interesting topic, and a topic I think most people in most towns, even some cities, um, can define with, because all the shops are shutting, which it's multiple factors really on on many of the levels. Do you know what I mean? Like the shops can be to do with sort of Amazon and things as well, and getting cheaper things online, um, and just well, shoplifting's another issue as well. Like why have a shop the way I see it with all these shoplifters at the moment, we're basically going to not be allowed to go in shops soon. Somebody will have to go and get the products for you. The way it's going, or in the cities anyway. I'll play a little. I'll play a little bit of the video, and we'll go from there.
Welcome. Before I start today's video, I thought I would give you a quick introduction. Today, I want to take you on a walk through my local town centre, which is in Northampton in the Midlands. Now, there's nothing special about this town. It looks very much like most other towns and probably some of the cities across the UK. What I wanted to show to you was exactly what's happening on the high street, and that would be degradation and decline. So I'm going to walk through the town centre, show you the array of shops that are available, and let you see what it's like in this traditional market town, and show you what it's like to live in this local area. The questions that I have in my mind about this is, the decline is incredible, and we're paying our taxes through our salaries, through our earnings, through our expenditure, through fuel, through everything that comes out of our ability to hold money. And what I really want to know is, where is it all going? At this point,
Well, I could actually answer you that question, John. In previous videos I've done one called Ding Dong, the National Debt, and none of it goes to any of the shops. The shops and everything actually get charged a fortune in council rates and rents and various things. And having a shop, for it to be worthwhile, you've got to have a pretty damn good shop, to be honest. All this kind of links in as well when the guy's going to take a bit of a walk here, which I will play a little bit of, because I'm going to make a. Obviously, people have seen some of the walking videos I've done of the town I live in. I went through the park and I went around the docks. But one thing I didn't cover was sort of the shopping precinct, and I will do that because it's a very interesting topic that links into this one of John Talks About. And one thing that my area has, because this is why it's sort of a double interest for sort of my area and maybe people listening. I have a big sort of nuclear facility on my doorstep called Sellafield Nuclear. It used to be a power plant, but it isn't now, more reprocessing. And it employs probably up to 20 to 30,000 people. And these people, a lot of them, especially the top people, are paid a lot of money. And we have a thing called Westlake Science Park, which is like the science park for all the sort of nuclear industry as well, and connected to sort of Sellafield in a way. And people there can be on good money as well. So there's a lot of money in this area. It's said to be my area outside of the square centre of London per capita it's one of the highest earning places in the country, um, because of all these people that work at this nuclear facility, so to speak. Yeah, so it's interesting that my town is, and I'll take a walk through it sometime in a video in the next couple of weeks. My town is very, very similar to probably what this guy's going to show us, despite having this nuclear facility. And we've got a lot of empty shops, and the shops that do well, to be fair, are like Costa Coffee and McDonald's and the chains. Do you know what I mean? Their McDonald's here is never empty. It's like the cars 6 or 7 deep every time you get out the drive-through. Always busy in the Costa. I think we've got 2 Costa coffees within sort of 100 yards of each other. There's 2 of them. We've got 2 Greggs within like 100 yards of each other as well. So yeah, it's a thing. And then we've got like card shops and local. Like there is a few like local cafes and things like that, and they do okay. But generally, even despite all this money in my area, the shops, it's no, we're probably slightly better off, but it's measurable. You know what I mean? And even though that there's money in the area, the people don't tend to go into the town and spend it in the shops. And one of the issues is with that is parking as well, parking in the town, and getting sort of parked and not getting a ticket. And it's easier to go to a supermarket because you can have free parking, and get everything you want under the same roof. So there's many reasons for it for me. And again, I mentioned at the start, Amazon's got to be one of the main ones because it's cheap. Like I right now need a mic to go out when I do these walks, anti-wind mic, as people have heard when they've heard some of the wind in the microphone on the video. So I need an anti-wind mic, and I'm probably just gonna buy it off Amazon, to be honest, because it's just easier, isn't it? So yeah, like it comes to your door. It's probably cheaper. You don't like I wouldn't even know where to go in my town, to be honest, to go and buy an anti like wind mic. And I haven't actually got a mic, so I need a mic with the sort of thing on it, the fluffy thing on it for the anti wind. But I haven't got a mic either that can plug into the camera off top of my, like, any, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I probably won't go to a shop to buy this. So you know what I mean. We're all sort of kind of part of the problem as well, and it's just of like the local shops I can think in town. I mean, we've got a lot of charity shops. We've got a lot of Turkish hairdressers, beauty shops. We've got ten a penny beauty shops and hairdressers, charity shops, and then it's the chain shops and the odd local shop. I mean, we've got a few like Asian supermarkets now as well, and vape shops that are Asians as well. Yeah, it's like to be honest with you, the only sort of people who open shops in our town, new businesses, is kind of like the Asians and the Turkish people, to be honest. And that's the other problem. If like it wasn't for the Turkish or the Asian people, we'd probably have half the shops that we do. And we can think of like 3 or 4 Turkish barbers in my town, and the few Asian supermarkets and like vape shops and stuff. And I think you'll have like 10 or 11, 15 shops. Do you know what I mean? So they would all be empty as well. So, and then takeaways, like God knows how many takeaways we've got. One, two, three, four, maybe 10 takeaways. Again, all foreign people. None of them are English takeaways. They're all Iranian or Turkish or you name it. So, and there's maybe 10 of them. So you're talking like now 25 shops, which is maybe half the shops in town. None of them are used by or owned by English people. They are used by, obviously. None of them are owned or operated by English people in any way, shape, or form. So that's the other problem. It's English people don't really see the benefit anymore of having a shop. In my eyes, that's the other side of the coin. The arse has kind of fell out of it to us, and we think, fuck that. You know what I mean? By the time you've paid the business rates and the rent and the fucking heating and the staff, you're not going to come out with much for all this effort. it seems like a lot of effort and stress. That's the other side of it, stress and worry about it going under and money, and you know what I mean. And is it worth the stress of all this, or just let's go and get a job now where minimum wage is, if you're over 26, I think, £11.50 an hour. So a 38 hour a job week, 38 hour a week job will get you 400 and odd quid, coming in maybe 380 after tax or something, you know what I mean? 370 quid after tax, which back in the day it was a lot of money, you know what I mean? But it's still enough to probably do all right and not have any of the stresses of worrying about your business going under because of all the hidden costs. I can't imagine how much of your products you actually have to sell in a week to actually, before you actually start making any money, by the time you've paid all those previous things I mentioned there, from staff to heating, lighting, rates, fucking rent, you name it. So yeah, I'll play a bit of the video anyway. We'll see what this guy's street's like.
It seems like we're willing to send more money abroad in the billions than actually care about our own towns.
Aye, don't get me started on that either. And again, if you watch the Ding Dong, the national debt, all this money and everything we talk about, it's like Labour saying there's a 22 billion black hole. We're 3.1 trillion in debt here. Where's this 22 billion? You know what I mean? It's the if the balance sheets, if there is a balance sheet, then you people aren't balancing it correctly to be 3.1 trillion in debt.
This is part of the decision why I am basically desperate to leave the UK. It's a matter of time at this point. But come
Yeah, that's how I started watching him. It was a video about him wanting to leave the UK, and I'm very much with him, to be honest. I'm very much with him. The problem I've found with doing it is Brexit, and we can't just leave England now. We've knackered ourselves over with Brexit, or people have knackered us over because I didn't vote for it. And it's not as easy as that. It's like the Shenzhen zone or something, and you get like 90 days in, and then you have to come back for 90 days unless you buy your way over there with some sort of. Somebody did mention to me, to be honest, who lives in southern Spain, you could maybe jump over to Gibraltar, being an English territory, and maybe do something there and get your passport stamped. But I don't know, you maybe still have to stay there for 3 months, and because it's the part of this is Shenzhen zone crack. I don't know, something that I would need to look into, but it kind of is like England is dying, and the longer we stay here, it's just going to take us with it. You know what I mean? And we're just going to be poor. And the problem about being poor in England is it's cold, so you have to pay for heating, which costs money, and stay warm. Whereas if you're poor in Spain or southern Spain or Tenerife, at least it's warm. You know what I mean? I can be poor and warm, but being poor and cold's twice the battle.
Come with me on a stroll through the city centre and let's have a look. Sorry, city centre, I mean town. Welcome. It's another beautiful day here in the UK, another typical grey sky to welcome us. Today, I thought I would adventure out. I live in Northampton in the UK. 13 years I've lived here, and I thought today I would take you on a little walk through the town and let's compare. What does it look like in comparison to your towns in the UK or your towns across the globe? Does it look as exciting, thriving as it does here? I'd be interested to know your feedback in the comments, but for now, let's take a walk through the high street and have a little look at what shops and excitement of.
Looks all right, to be fair, already. Just like glass buildings. Here's someone coming to mug him on a bike, though. See if he gets away with this.
Retail therapy we can go on. Thanks.
No, it was an Uber. It was an Uber. There's an advert. Just mute the advert while it plays. Yeah, but a good channel. I like him. Being Cumbrian, we are very close to Scotland, and I know quite a lot of Scottish people. Obviously, anybody who heard me play on the Army game knows my good mate Tommy's Scottish, and his brother, obviously, I'm mates with as well. And I know a big fella called Tam, to be honest. I was just talking today, big Glaswegian. Yeah, the Cumbrian and the Scottish get on quite well, to be honest. And I said in the old Carlisle Castle video, I think at times we've been Scottish when the border went back and forth. So, yeah, I quite like the old the Scotch, and I've said many a time they are the one of the funniest nationalities we've got. Frankie Boyle is an absolute legend to me. So yeah, I mean this town looks real damn nice to be fair. I mean when I take you down my high street, Christ Almighty, like it's like a bomb's gone off on my high street. This is looking beautiful to be honest. We've got a casino here to the left. We've got beautiful looking buildings as well, well kept. You know what I mean? We've got a tattoo here. I'm not quite sure what these buildings are, but I mean, so far this looks very nice indeed. If this guy thinks this is run down, Christ Almighty, wait till you see my fucking high street.
We're going to start today on Bridge Street. This street is famous for two things: bars and clubs, and estate agents. They're mixed in together for some reason. No idea why.
So again, like, I mean, looks all right to me, mate. You've looked out here. If this is bad England, wait and you see like and I've got this nuclear facility that's got all the money, you know what I mean? And my high street doesn't look anywhere near as nice as this.
But we'll have a little walk through. So first of all, at the opposite side of the street here, this building here, this has been a restaurant a number of times. Beautiful old building built in 1811. But once again, the company's gone bust and it's exited the building. Tattoo shop, and then let's walk up a little bit. I think the retail high street holds a little bit of a special place for me. I started my first ever job. I was interviewed for a company in the UK called Halfords when I was 15 years old.
Sorry to interrupt you there. I've noticed already though. I've seen one on the other side of the street. Here's another pizza takeaway. So it's very much this tattooist back there. We've got one of them. It seems like Britain's high streets are very much here's a Papa John's pizza spot here and Replay up there. It seems our high streets, mine's on a smaller scale obviously, but it seems we're very much the same in terms of its takeaways, hairdressers, and big chains like Domino's and Costa Coffee and them sort of things, Starbucks. They're all doing well, you know what I mean. But yeah, it just seems a very similar situation in throughout the country. But I kind of think it's it's the Amazon effect more than anything, to be honest. Yeah, it's the Amazon effect. I would say is the biggest reason for it, and it's sort of the knock-on effect that the people in the shops, because you need to sell that much to start making money, it's not worthwhile when you've got Amazon out there selling. It's kind of like, what do you sell that Amazon can't outdo you with? And the answer's here. Like it's pizzas and food, because Amazon can't deliver food in the time that, you know what I mean, not yet anyway. They can't cut your hair and they can't give you a tattoo. So these are the kind of things, food, you know what I mean, that the businesses that can stay alive, because Amazon can't kill them until Amazon gets tattooists in and starts delivering pizzas, do you know what I mean? Which maybe will happen. Let's not write it off, but it hasn't happened yet. So to me, it's kind of like the public have done this to themselves. We've done this to ourselves by using Amazon, but at the same time, whilst, as you said there about where's all our money gone, it all links back into the economy and us all not as having as much money. So why do we want to pay more when we can pay less? And you know what I mean? It's like it's a vicious circle, to be honest. It's an absolute vicious circle that there is no real way out of, like, because Amazon's already monopolized. It's already too big to fail now, if you know what I mean. So yeah, but it kind of what it is to me, and it's there's no sort of really fixing it at this point. It's just the shops that will thrive, the shops that can't be done over by the bigger companies, and you can't deliver a service that can be delivered by the likes of Amazon or anything like that. So yeah, very interesting topic, an interesting video. I'll leave it there on 20 minutes. Go to this channel and watch it and subscribe if you want to see the rest of the video. I'll walk through my high street with a video camera and show you the difference though. Looks like a bomb's gone off. Peace, people. Bye now.